Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be an update video for you guys on stock market to get you ready for next week going into Monday. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you want to get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, and especially 3 days of live trading in my Discord, check out the Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And now let's get right into it. Dow is up 0.82%, Nasdaq up 0.5%, S&P up 0.59%, and look at right here, money actually going into Russell 2000. It's up almost 3% on the day. And here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500, and what we got on top: real estate leading the way, basic materials, industrials, utilities, consumer cyclical, financial, technology, healthcare. On bottom, lagging behind, communication services, energy, consumer defensive. Week to date performance right here on top. Again, real estate leading the way, basic materials, industrials, consumer cyclical, financial, utilities, technology lagging behind, communication services, and energy. So what we got here on stock market map, we got Tesla down 0.5%, Amazon up just over 0.5%, Meta down 0.71%, Google down 0.45%, and Netflix finally going down 1.74%, Nvidia staying flat, Microsoft finally going down, and this thing, it just on a monster run to the upside, and finally down 1.16%, Apple up on the day 0.68%. And look at smaller regional banks, all are up in the green today. And then look at right here, industrials going up, the whole sector is up. And then we got utilities also up, in basic material right here. Healthcare not doing so well, Pfizer down 5%, and Eli Lilly also down, UNH also down 1%. So on DIA it's up 0.85%. And the reason I'm starting with DIA here, Dow Jones ETF, in last at least 2 years, we have not seen RSI hitting 80 plus on DIA. And looking back, I mean, if you look at it right here, even beginning of last year, 2022, we got up to 74, 75, and then right here, it was up to 74 again. And now it's getting to the point where this thing can pull back anytime, any day, and people are just getting more and more bullish in this market. Now, I'll take this RSI off. I just wanted to show you guys what's happening, and especially people that are chasing at this moment, this is not the right time to buy anything and go long here in this market. Now, if you look at my screen, not only the RSI, all-time highs only few bucks away, 369.50. It's almost there. You can consider this is all-time highs right here. It's only $6 away. That is nothing. Now, if you look at my screen, look at all these gaps. I mean, this one from yesterday, which is insane, gapping over, and this thing finishing at 360, and now today again up almost 1%, closing at 363. So now, yes, definitely all-time highs or retest of this previous all-time high possible, or maybe even 370, and I think that is it in the short term. But soon as this month is over and this year, guess what? You're going to see a rug pull here in this market, and that is coming, guys. Trust me when I say this, it's coming. Sometime things don't play out in 1 day or 1 week or 1 month, but it's coming, that is for sure. You're going to see DIA coming down, at least down to, I would say, this gap, 344.30. Before going any higher, you're going to see a decent pullback here on DIA. Now, going into Monday, definitely you want to watch now. 360 as a support, and below that, this gap and 5-day moving average right here, 356 to 357. And if that gives up, you're going to see a dump off down to 353.23, and then 351.21 to this gap down here. So many gaps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is just insane. To the upside, as long as this thing can hold above 360, then definitely retesting and possibly hitting a fresh new all-time high, and that is around 369 to 370. So watch out, we might go up there and then we see a pullback quickly all the way down to 351, or possibly down to this gap 344.30, or we can just hang out here, buy some time, and then sometime next year you're going to see a deeper pullback here on DIA, and all these gaps are going to get closed. So watch out here on DIA, guys. On SPY ETF, it's up 0.59%, and this thing cannot close past 460. You can see it right here again, 460. There is a big resistance right here at 460, and this thing closing just below 460. But again, it's up on the day on high volume, and that means one thing, there might be a little bit more upside up to 465 and possibly retesting previous all-time highs and maybe going up to a fresh new all-time high. But already you can see overstretching, and so far not really getting that breakout over 460. But if that happens next week, you're going to see 465 on SPY ETF. On a pullback, definitely this support right here, 455, that is a magnet, guys. 1 week it was holding right here. So 455 will be a level to watch, and then 453, 450, and then watch out for a dump off down to 447.80, rising 20-day moving average right here, this white line, and then 443, and then this gap all the way down here, 441.33. As long as SPY can hold above 455 and this thing can break 460, like I said, we could see 465 and possibly a fresh new all-time high. And here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow, and I do post a lot of things here on X. Now let me show you guys bear bull sentiment right here. Look at this, 48.8% people now are bullish in this market, and look at the people that are actually bearish in this market, only 19.6%. So a pullback definitely coming. We just don't know when that is going to happen, but all we know that is coming very soon in this market. One more thing I want to show you guys right here, BPSPX right here. You can see right here, RSI now cranking up all the way up to 85 plus. And the last time it was right up here. Guess what? We saw a big sell-off all the way down here. This thing was oversold, and then we saw a bit of a rally again, and then finally now it's extremely overbought again. So I think very soon you're going to see a pullback here in this market. One more thing, look at this MACD, almost wants to roll over, and if that happens, definitely you're going to see at least 3 to 4% pullback here in this market. Now, today was one of the best day here, especially as a day trader. These three callouts right here, AMD 120 calls right here, going to the moon today. That was a really nice trade right here on AMD. And then this one was even better today. IWM getting 180 calls, and you can see finishing at almost 184. So that was a really nice trade on IWM. And not to mention, we also played this one here, Alta, and you can see this thing actually came down from 475 right at opening. This thing came down to, I think, 466 or 68, and that is where I locked in my profit, because you can see it's same day expiration right here. It cannot hold past 10:30, 11. You gotta get out. And there was more trade ideas that I'm not even sharing right here. Triple Q getting 390 calls around 386 and going in the money, over the money, going up to 200%. That was also a massive play. Now, all these trade ideas are available on Patreon, and that's the only way you can also support my channel. So check it out, and that link will be down below in the description. On Triple Q, it's kind of a flat day, only up 0.29%. And what's happening here, money actually going out of Nasdaq 100 and going into small caps, Russell 2000, and also on Dow Jones. And that is why you're seeing, this one just hanging in there and not really coming down. And also IWM going up in a big way today, getting that massive breakout. And if you look at my screen, this one here so far, that 388 and then 390, that is a magnetic support right here on triple Q, and so far it is holding, guys. So going into next week, 388 will be a key level to watch, and below that, watch out for a dump off down to 383, 380, and then this gap 378.28. To the upside, above 390, watch out for a breakout and the resistance right here at 393. And once we get that breakout above 393, then watch out for a move up to 400 and possibly a fresh new all-time high. And this one also, everything is near all-time highs except Russell 2000. So you got to be really careful in this market, especially buying anything right here on Nasdaq 100 or Dow Jones or even S&P 500. On IWM, it's up 2.92%, and look at the volume today. On high volume today, massive breakout that is bullish from this wedge, and now it's trading above daily 200 SMA, and now it's holding past 183. So IWM here, guys, we can clearly see money actually going right into small caps. Regional banks all are up today, and especially regional bank ETF, KRE, that thing is up, I think, 5 to 6%, and that is massive. Now for IWM next week, if there is a pullback, you want to watch the support between 182 and 183. If this thing can hold right here, then you're going to see a move back up to 188. Now below 182, watch out for the support down here, 180, and then 178, 176, 172, and then this gap 169.77. And this is exactly where we took those calls today, close to 178, and this thing went to the moon within just a couple of hours. On VIX is down 2.24%. Now one thing I have to say here, there's this guy on YouTube, makes crash videos all the time, and you all know I'm not going to name anyone. This guy was calling for a breakout on VIX, not yesterday, day before. Guess what? This thing was actually wedging or falling wedge right here. It actually did not play out. And I said, we might be going for a new 52-week low. We got it right here. So far, there is absolutely no breakout on VIX. But this guy said there was actually a breakout. Now yesterday, what's funny, yesterday there was actually a breakout on dollar. Absolutely no breakout on dollar, guys. So I think that is some kid, maybe 16, 17 years old, no job, no high school, nothing, just making some YouTube videos, getting some subscribers, and just making a living off of those videos. That is just insane. Anybody who can read a chart would not say VIX broke out 2 days ago and dollar broke out yesterday. That is just insane. Now here on VIX, and the reason I'm pointing this out, because that is just misinformation, telling people lies, and things that are not happening. No breakout here. Until this thing actually breaks above 15, absolutely no breakout here on VIX. It's not even in the sight. I don't see it. Until this thing breaks above 15, there is no breakout on VIX. Above 15, yes, you can call that a mini breakout for a move up to 18, and that is it. It's not like it's above 20, huge breakout. This thing barely moving, hitting new lows pretty much every day. And you are talking about VIX got a breakout, and then yesterday dollar broke out. What is this crap? So on VIX, if you look at my screen, this thing cannot even get above 13. Only above 13, you're going to see a move, possibly up to 15. And once we get above 15, that is when you're going to see a breakout for more upside, possibly up to 18. Until then, there is no breakout on VIX, and this thing can actually remain right here, just consolidate, and until we get a lot more volume right here, and especially if there is a catalyst here in this market, something bad, something negative, that is when you're going to see this thing spiking and possibly getting that breakout over 15. Until then, guys, do not watch, or I would say listen to those misinformation that VIX broke out. Guess what? A lot of people are new in this market. And I can tell, a lot of people join my Patreon, and these people are new. And I have one or two people, when they watch these kind of videos, they go and short something. And guess what? They're buying weekly puts. Some cases, SPY or Triple Q 2 days out. Guess what? Toast it, because this guy calling for a breakout on VIX. And guess what? Whoever that is, they're buying some puts in the short term because that guy telling people that, hey, VIX broke out, market coming down, so you can make some money. The point here is he's signaling that market will pull back without a confirmation. This thing, a full confirmation will be above 15. Now, let's have a look at dollar. On dollar, it's down 0.29%. So tell me where you see a breakout here on dollar. I would say if this thing actually gets above 104.48, that would be a breakout for more upside. But so far, this thing barely holding just above 103, this 5-day moving average right here on this daily chart. So dollar here barely can move up. We saw dollar hitting 103.58, and look at the rejection here. Do you think this is actually a bullish looking candle, or this was a bullish looking candle yesterday, but there was no breakout, right? So, calling for a breakout without knowing, what's the definition of a breakout and how things actually break out, I mean, it's just misinformation and telling people lies. So here on dollar, if this thing actually gets above 103.58, then you're going to see a bigger move all the way up to 104.48, and then we can talk about possibly a real breakout. Now to the downside, 103 will be a key level, and if that gives up, this thing can dump all the way down to 101.93. On TNX, it's down almost 3%, and where do you see a breakout right here on this one? Absolutely nowhere, right? Now this head and shoulder pattern so far is playing out. We got the head, left shoulder, right shoulder, and if this actually plays out completely, this thing should be down to 40. And that means one thing, we got a little bit of room here in this market to possibly hit fresh new all-time high, and especially Nasdaq 100, S&P 500, and Dow Jones, they can do it. It's really close to all-time highs. Now here on TNX, look at this, guys, barely holding 42.23, lower Bollinger Band as a support, and if that gives up, the next support, 40. So watch out here on TNX until this thing actually gets above 43.71. That would be a mini breakout for more upside, possibly up to 45. Until then, this thing can come down all the way down to 40, but also keep that in mind. There is no breakout, but this thing is getting really oversold at this point, hitting lower Bollinger Band right here again today. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section.